Camel wrestling. This traditional Turkish sport involves two male camels wrestling each other, often spurred on by a referee to maintain order. The camels use their necks and bodies to push and wrestle their opponent, with the goal of pinning the other camel to the ground. It's a cultural spectacle that is part of traditional festivals and events in Turkey. Ferret racing is a unique and entertaining sport where ferrets are placed in a long, narrow pipe with multiple numbered compartments. The ferrets are released at one end of the pipe, and spectators bet on which ferret will reach the other end first. The ferret's natural instinct to explore and move through tunnels makes them well suited for this type of racing, and their unpredictable behavior adds to the excitement of the sport. Bossaball. This sport combines elements of volleyball, football, gymnastics, and capoeira, a Brazilian martial art, played on an inflatable court with trampolines on each side of the net. Players use these trampolines to perform spectacular spikes and acrobatic moves, making for a dynamic and visually stunning game. Extreme ironing. As the name suggests, extreme ironing involves taking the mundane task of ironing clothes to extreme locations, such as mountaintops, forests, or even underwater. Participants iron clothes under these challenging conditions. Ferret legging. In this eccentric sport, participants compete to see who can endure having live ferrets placed down their trousers for the longest time. The objective is to endure the sharp claws and teeth of the ferrets without showing signs of discomfort. Quidditch. Inspired by the fictional sport from the Harry Potter series, real-life Quidditch is a mixed-gender, contact sport played on broomsticks. Players aim to score points by throwing balls through hoops, while also dodging dodgeballs and catching the golden snitch, a tennis ball in a sock attached to the snitch runner. Quidditch combines elements of rugby, dodgeball, and tag, and has a dedicated international following. Underwater hockey, also known as Octopush. This sport is played at the bottom of a swimming pool. Two teams compete to push a puck into the opposing team's goal using a small stick. Players wear snorkeling gear for breathing and swim fins for propulsion. The sport requires a combination of speed, skill, and breath control, as players must resurface periodically to breathe. Sepak Takraw, a sport similar to volleyball, but players can only use their feet, head, knees, and chest to hit the ball. Extreme pogo, also known as X-pogo, takes the traditional pogo stick to new heights. Participants use high-powered pogo sticks to perform gravity-defying tricks, flips, and stunts, often reaching impressive heights and showcasing incredible athleticism. Toe wrestling. This unusual sport involves two competitors locking toes and attempting to pin down their opponent's foot. It's a game of strength, strategy, and agility, popularized in the UK. Ostrich racing, similar to horse racing, involves jockeys riding on the backs of ostriches instead. This sport is not only thrilling, but also showcases the speed and agility of these large birds, providing a unique and entertaining spectacle. Cycleball, also known as radball, is a sport that originated in Europe in the early 20th century. It is similar to soccer but played on bicycles. The game is typically played by two teams of 2 players each, who ride specially designed bicycles in an indoor or outdoor arena. The aim is to score goals by propelling a small ball into the opponent's goal using the wheels of the bicycle. Hornussen. This traditional Swiss sport dates back to the 16th century and is still played in some regions of Switzerland today. One team serves a rubber puck using a special wooden paddle, aiming to hit it as far as possible into the opponent's territory. The opposing team tries to prevent the puck from landing in their territory by using a large flat wooden board called a schindel. Zorbing is an adventure sport that involves rolling downhill inside a large, transparent, inflatable ball, usually made of plastic. Participants, often called Zorbonauts, are secured inside the ball and then roll down a gentle slope, sometimes on water. The sport provides a unique and thrilling experience as the ball rolls and bounces, giving the Zorbonauts a sensation of weightlessness and freedom. Roller derby. Roller derby is a high-energy, full-contact sport played on roller skates. It is typically played by 2 teams of 5 members each, who skate around a track in the same direction. The aim of the game is for a designated player, known as the jammer, to score points by lapping members of the opposing team. The other team members, known as blockers, try to assist their jammer and block the opposing jammer. Ferret racing is a unique and entertaining sport where ferrets are placed in a long, narrow pipe with multiple numbered compartments. The ferrets are released at one end of the pipe, and spectators bet on which ferret will reach the other end first. The ferret's natural instinct to explore and move through tunnels makes them well suited for this type of racing. Botta-oshi is a traditional Japanese sport that translates to pole toppling. It is played by two teams, each consisting of 150 players, who compete to topple a large pole defended by the opposing team. The attacking team tries to lower the pole to a 30-degree angle, while the defending team tries to keep it upright. The game requires strategy, teamwork, and physical strength, making it a challenging and exciting sport to watch. Yukigassen is a competitive snowball fighting competition that originated in Japan. It is played between two teams, each consisting of 7 players, on a specially prepared snowfield. The aim of the game is to capture the opponent's flag or to eliminate all the players on the opposing team by hitting them with snowballs, making it a fun and challenging winter sport. Bed racing is a quirky and entertaining sport where participants race decorated beds mounted on wheels through city streets. Teams of 5 members, including one rider on the bed, push or pull the bed along the race course, often dressed in elaborate costumes. Bed racing events are often held as part of festivals or charity fundraisers and attract large crowds due to their fun and festive atmosphere. Segway polo. This sport combines the skill of horse polo with the modern technology of Segway personal transporters. Players ride Segways and use mallets to hit a ball, aiming to score goals against the opposing team. It requires agility, balance, and coordination to maneuver the Segway while playing. Blobbing involves jumping onto an inflatable blob from a platform or another inflatable object. Another person jumps onto the other end, propelling the first person into the air. The jumper then performs acrobatic moves before splashing into the water. Ski bobbing, also known as ski biking or snow biking, is a winter sport where participants ride down snowy slopes on a bike-like contraption equipped with skis instead of wheels. Riders use ski poles to steer and navigate. Haggis hurling is a traditional Scottish sport where participants compete to throw a haggis, a savory pudding containing sheep's pluck, heart, liver, and lungs, as far as possible. It's a light-hearted and humorous event often held as part of Scottish cultural celebrations. Caber toss is a traditional Scottish athletic event where participants compete to toss a large wooden pole called a caber. The goal is to flip the caber end over end so that it lands in a straight line from the tosser. It requires strength, technique, and timing to achieve a successful toss. Octopush, also known as underwater hockey, Octopush is played at the bottom of a swimming pool. Players wear snorkeling equipment and use short sticks to push a puck along the pool floor, aiming to score goals in the opposing team's net.